Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Landman beat every other Taylor Sheridan show, including Yellowstone, according to new viewing data. Landman is the most successful show made by Taylor Sheridan, according to recent viewership data. While audiences anticipate Landman Season 2, it's worth taking a moment to celebrate the show's tremendous success. The Billy Bob Thornton-led oil drama was often hailed as the next Yellowstone during its run, but it would have been hard to predict that it would actually outperform the final season of the neo-western that made Taylor Sheridan the television titan he's now known as. With 15.8 million viewers, Landman is the only Taylor Sheridan or Paramount Plus show to make it into the top 10 on a new report covering the 2024 to 2025 TV season via Variety. This information is collected by Nielsen's ratings, which gather viewership numbers from the opening 35 days following a show's release. This places Landman above the final seasons of Yellowstone and 1923, Tulsa King, and Special Ops, Lioness. The top 10 TV shows on the chart, as well as other Taylor Sheridan-produced shows and their respective rankings, can be seen on the graph below. Landman was a tremendous success for everyone involved, but no individual wins more than Paramount Plus as a streaming service, which is trying to carve out its place in a flooded market. As shown by the chart, 5 of the top 10 shows watched in 2024 to 2025 are on Netflix, and other sites desperately need popular original content to compete. Essentially, all of Taylor Sheridan's TV shows have been huge hits, with Special Ops, Lioness, which is arguably his worst show, still raking in nearly 8 million viewers this season. While it may have seemed like Yellowstone was going to be the Taylor Sheridan franchise for years to come, Landman surpassing both Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2, and 1923 is meaningful, especially in its debut season. Sheridan will certainly continue to develop his numerous ongoing Yellowstone spin-offs, but if Landman continues to grow with each season, it could become a behemoth worthy of spin-offs of its own. I knew Landman was a hit, but I didn't really realize how massive the show was. 15.8 million is a ridiculous number for a first-season show, especially for something not premiering on Netflix. With all that in mind, I'm not ready to fully give it the Taylor Sheridan show crown just yet. Billy Bob Thornton was fantastic in Season 1, but for Landman to stand the test of time, it's going to need to utilize its ensemble better. Sam Elliott joining the cast, along with more Demi Moore, could be what it needs. In a surprise twist worthy of a Taylor Sheridan script, Landman has lassoed the top spot among all of the prolific creators' TV series, beating out heavyweights like Yellowstone, 1883, and Mayor of Kingstown. According to newly released streaming and ratings data, Landman has quickly climbed the ranks to become the most-watched show in Sheridan's ever-expanding empire, and fans and critics alike are wondering, how did a brand-new series outshine the juggernaut that is Yellowstone? The short answer: lightning in a West Texas oil barrel. A Sheridan show with a twist. Landman doesn't stray too far from Sheridan's beloved wheelhouse of gritty American storytelling, but it drills into a distinctly modern frontier, the energy industry. The show centers on oil and gas landmen, high-stakes negotiators who operate in the gray areas of capitalism, law, and survival. It's a world of roughnecks, billion-dollar deals, and the kinds of explosive personal rivalries that would make John Dutton raise an eyebrow. But what truly sets Landman apart is its blend of authenticity and urgency. Unlike the sprawling ranches and century-old grudges that define Yellowstone, Landman taps into contemporary anxieties, climate change, corporate greed, and the survival of the American dream in a world that's running on fumes. And viewers are responding. The numbers are in, and they're staggering. Landman has outpaced Yellowstone in premiere week views, sustained binge-watch rates, and social media engagement. Star power in overdrive. It doesn't hurt that Landman is fronted by none other than Billy Bob Thornton, whose performance as an oily, pun intended, but oddly likable negotiator is already drawing Emmy buzz. Thornton brings a devil-may-care swagger that evokes a mix of Goliath, Fargo, and No Country for Old Men. And he carries the show with the kind of gravitas that makes you root for him even when you know you probably shouldn't. And then there's the ensemble, Sheridan's secret weapon. With a cast that includes Demi Moore in a surprising dramatic turn, John Hamm in a scene-stealing supporting role, and a breakout performance by a relatively unknown young actor playing a driller with a conscience, Landman is firing on all cylinders. Every performance feels lived in, every conflict personal. This is a Sheridan special, but with the volume turned up. What the data reveals. Streaming data shows that Landman not only drew more first-week viewers than Yellowstone ever did, even factoring in its network TV boost, but it also retained those viewers at higher rates. Viewers are finishing entire seasons in just a couple of sittings, suggesting that Landman has cracked the bingeability code even better than its more sprawling cousins. It's also dominating in the coveted 25 to 49 demographic, a group that Yellowstone had more difficulty capturing despite its massive overall numbers. Social media analysis shows that younger viewers are particularly captivated by Landman's tech-infused drama, oil boom aesthetics, and morally ambiguous characters. In short, Landman is not just a hit with Sheridan's loyal cowboy crowd. It's a crossover phenomenon. Why now? Why Landman? Timing, too, is everything. With Yellowstone currently in limbo due to behind-the-scenes delays and star departures, fans were hungry for something new from the Sheridan-verse. Landman offered a fresh setting, modern stakes, and none of the baggage of an ongoing soap opera. Thematically, the show speaks directly to the times. In an era of inflation, housing crisis, and uncertain futures, a series about clawing your way to power or survival in the shadows of big oil hits home. It's about the hustle, the negotiation, the price of comfort. Sheridan's always had a knack for stories about what people are willing to sacrifice for land, legacy, and power. But in Landman, those sacrifices feel a little closer to our own lives. Critical acclaim and fan frenzy. The critics, usually divided on Sheridan's rugged masculinity and often violence-heavy storytelling, have surprisingly rallied around Landman. The New York Times called it Sheridan's most refined narrative yet. Variety praised its brutal but beautiful realism, and Rolling Stone went so far as to say it might be the most essential American drama of the year. Fans, meanwhile, have taken to Reddit, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter, to dissect the show's plot twists, praise its sharp dialogue, and mean Thornton's hard-hitting one-liners. There's already talk of spin-offs, fan theories about character backstories, and passionate debates over whether Landman is a critique of capitalism or a celebration of it. Spoiler, it's both. The Sheridan universe evolves. With Landman's breakout success, Sheridan may be entering a new phase in his storytelling. While Yellowstone and its spin-offs like 1883 and 1923 revel in historical weight and traditional Americana, Landman plants its boots in the now, and it works. It's proof that Sheridan isn't just a cowboy chronicler, he's a modern mythmaker. Paramount has reportedly fast-tracked Season 2, and there's already speculation that other corners of Sheridan's world might cross over. Could a Dutton descendant invest in a fracking company? Could Mayor of Kingstown characters brush up against oil-funded politics? The possibilities are as endless as the Texas horizon. A legacy rewritten. For a while, Yellowstone seemed untouchable. It was the crown jewel in Sheridan's Western dynasty, a pop culture juggernaut that turned cable TV into appointment viewing again. But Landman just did what few thought possible. It beat Yellowstone at its own game. Not by copying it, but by evolving it. The boots are still dusty, the stakes are still sky-high, but the world has changed, and Sheridan has changed with it. Whether Landman will hold the throne remains to be seen, but for now, it's clear there's a new sheriff in town, and he drives a Ford F-250, drinks his coffee black, and just closed a $200 million lease deal before breakfast.